This is Logical MGTOW Spock here, and this video is in in the aspect of going right directly towards Brandon King. Brandon, dude, you cannot simply put MGTOW or acronym on there and claim and declare to be MGTOW. You have to actually understand MGTOW first off by watching a number of our videos. Um, but yet you've instead declared yourself to be MGTOW by putting our acronym on there, then thereby trying to roast two people so far that I've seen. One of them being McHenry, the other one being another person that has no association to and or about or even with MGTOW officially. The one thing is that you seem to be a real cool person and a real kind-hearted person, and yet you do not understand MGTOW. I've been MGTOW for a number of years, and yes, I have not voiced it until years later. Um, although I believe I have my very first MGTOW video somewhere on my listing of videos anyway. Um, but the one thing is that I didn't automatically declare to be MGTOW. I watched a number of the videos. I had a better understanding about it, and then even though I felt that I was MGTOW already, I declared it the way I understood the way the the manosphere of MGTOW was. The one thing is that Brandon King, you really, really, really you really struck a chord with McHenry by associating and assuming that you think he acclimated by saying something he may not have, even indirectly or even directly. When it comes to the homosexual and or gay persona. Um, it is true that McHenry is a troubled person, but I and Mr. Vicious already have taken care of that. So has many other MGTOW members. And yes, I know you've mentioned Mr. Vicious before on one of your videos in the aspect of I'm trying to roast McHenry when you have no logical, real knowledge of McHenry's psychosis. I do, though. I myself have talked to McHenry on Instagram via the app. I have talked to him directly outside the base of MGTOW as a person that knows psychology as well as I do. And with the fact that many people, even Mr. Vicious himself, knows that I'm a humanitarian advocate. Just like I did with um, with the aspect of declaring online that I'm MGTOW. I do the same thing in the sense of advocating. I listen even on the media sources outside of online. Okay, and then I analyze it up here as I get more information. And sometimes it takes a couple to a certain number of days. Sometimes 2, 3, sometimes a little longer. And then if at all, I'll either make a video or I'll post it on Facebook as well as Instagram. You have not done that. It's easy to assume that you know McHenry and of his complexities, psychological and not psychological. You don't. And it's easy to automatically say that you are something you're not, just like McHenry has done more than once, and he's still doing it, even when he made a response video towards you, Brendan King. Brendan King, yes, I know that that if you know Star Trek, that Spock never wore a Starfleet uniform like this, and I know, being a Star Trek fan since I was very young, he wore a blue uniform at first before the red uniform from the movies of the original series cast. I get that. I've seen every one of them practically. But this should show that I'm a Star Trek fan right here. I've watched every episode, every movie, you name it. I've gone to a good number of conventions. I have loads of Star Trek stuff. Okay. So, in any case, getting back to what I was saying. The one fact of it is, Brendan King, like I said, you seem to be a real kind-hearted, innocent, understanding person. But in order to better understand MGTOW, it's better to watch a number of the videos first. Because your second roast video that I just saw after the first video that you made about McHenry. Although I saw the McHenry roast against you, Brendan King. That's how I got to the point into watching your roast video towards McHenry. I want I as an advocate, as well as a MGTOW member, wanted to make sure that it was justified and legit. Because many people can roast people that have no accolades against them, if you will. How people roast people just to fucking roast people. Being honest there. And you said you had a BitChute account. So do I. And so does many other people. The one thing, Brandon King, you want to be officially declared as a MGTOW member? Join me on my Logical MGTOW Facebook page or the Logical MGTOW Spock Facebook page. You will really want to have a better understanding about it. My Logical MGTOW page will show you. Because there's many videos and posts of such. And Brendan King, you need to realize that, seeing the fact that I know McHenry's psychological psychosis, with the fact that I've talked to him on Instagram via the app, um, I, as well as Mr. Hate Vicious, already have taken care of that. We are done. We then notice that the more that we roast people, then yeah, they're gonna keep on trying to make comebacks. But guess what, though? McHenry hasn't done that to us. And yes, I made a video directed towards McHenry earlier this week. Um, but the basic fact is, I don't see no roasting of me. Logical MGTOW Spock, because he knows me well enough from this, the Instagram app. He knows I know his psychosis. He knows I know psychology. He knows I know his real demeanor. He may come on saying that nobody knows his real demeanor, but that's a load of shit. I know your real demeanor too, Brandon King. I don't have to watch that many videos to understand people. Sometimes I do, and sometimes I don't. And I know your psychosis too, Brandon King. And I'm not roasting you. I'm just telling. This is a logical MGTOW message to you, not against you. You really want to understand the MGTOW manosphere philosophy? Join me on my page of Facebook, Logical MGTOW. And we can also talk on Logical MGTOW via Facebook Messenger. The complexity of you. I can say it, but I won't. It is easy to assume that you know by just watching one or however many videos and just coming up with something right off the bat, right? Many people have been known to do that. Hell, even Rose Blades and many other feminist little witches have done the same to us MGTOW. But they've stopped after we've roasted them more than abundance. MGTOW is huge. It's more, extremely more than global. And yes, I know McHenry has said that if you watched any of his videos in the sense of this, is that he said that he's a one-man army. He said it directly to me on the Instagram app. And yet he planned to try to tear down MGTOW. Yet MGTOW has saved people. In fact, not so long ago, within this week actually, one of our MGTOW members, he shall remain nameless, has saved a life. Many years ago, I've saved lives. Also, with the knowledge of psychology that I do have, I have saved lives even that way. So, Brendan King, you really, really, really need to understand. Yet you have gone to the assumption of knowing one, being in this case, um, McHenry. You've woken up the beast, as it were. You struck a negative chord of response towards you in heinous aspects. And on one of your videos, I have posted that link along with my statement. And believe me, Many people can be droll, but McHenry has gone way beyond droll. But there's one thing, Brendan King. You are a very caring person. I can see that, even by just watching one video of yours. But you really, really need to understand this is no attack. This is not a judgment or nothing like that towards you. I'm putting this video out to help. Because we MGTOW help people understand things better, even if they truly don't, even after making a video to try to prove that they do. But there's many things in about the MGTOW manosphere, Brendan King, you do not know, nor do you fully understand. You know what I say to be true. And yes, again, many people within the MGTOW manosphere knows that I'm a Star Trek fan, and they know I am a humanitarian advocate. And with that, though, too, Brendan King, you cannot use our cannot use the MGTOW anagram, or you know the name essentially, until you really know and understand MGTOW. Because your second video that you just uploaded today shows that you don't. As he tried to roast another person that has no correlation, no association, even against MGTOW. Fully. Yes, we have had many people go against MGTOW, but we've dealt with it. We've taken care of it. But if you wanted to still join MGTOW, Brandon King, you're more than welcome. But one thing you really need to know. First, watch the videos of other MGTOW members to have a better understanding. To understand the reason for MGTOW, whatnot. And if you want to know more, you can ask me. But you can ask me on my Logical MGTOW page via Facebook. The one thing also, Brandon, is that you need to really, really take heed to what I say, to be honest and truthful and caring. We MGTOW have saved lives. We MGTOW have dealt with a lot, even before MGTOW. And also, many MGTOW also take from another, what we consider to be a MGTOW member, by the name of Tom Likas. There's been many fans that have posted videos of his broadcast on radio, which he's no longer doing radio broadcasting, from what I understand. But they're still on YouTube. You can listen to that as well, Brendan King. In fact, I have beside the Logical MGTOW page, I have a Tom Likas listeners and fans page. Because of myself, as well as one other person, which I'm not going to mention, is also a fan and listener of Tom Likas. So Brandon King, what you really need to understand is that you need to understand things before you go any further. When it comes to roasting people that are against MGTOW, for one, it's easy to hear things and assume that you understand when you really fully don't, because you may need to get more input or more information, if you will. But trust me, once you have a better understanding, then only then will you be able to have a logical level and standpoint to voice even against or for something. You know what I mean? I know you do in your own way. This is Logical MGTOW Spock. Brandon King, like I said, if you want to join and have a better understanding about MGTOW, let me know via Logical MGTOW page via Facebook. This is the Logical MGTOW Spock. Live long and prosper. Have a good day and please stay safe.